why wasn't there a huge migration of the Middle Eastern population into India during the Muslim rule? India was a much better place to live than in a desert, and there was also no shortage of Hindu slaves, and they could also have outnumbered the local Hindu population in a few places, etc. All that. So the question is, was there a huge migration of the Middle Eastern population into India during the uh, Turkic, etc. occupation of India? So that is a question that lots of people have asked. There's this, and so let's take a look at a research paper. Let me quickly share that with you. Let's take a look at it in brief. So here we are. So this is a research paper from the Journal of Human Genetics, Diverse Genetic Origin of Indian Muslims, Evidence from Autosomal STR Loci, and it's by a number of authors. It's from 2009. So what it says is that it says that in the Dawoodi Bohras of Tamil Nadu and Gujarat and the Iranian Shias, there is a significant genetic contribution from West Asia, especially Iran. So there does seem to be a little bit what they call minor gene flow from Western Asia in certain minor segments of the Indian Muslim population. But apart from that, the like it says that the study reveals that the spread of the Islamic faith in the Indian subcontinent was predominantly a cultural transformation associated with minor gene flow from West Asia. So that is the evidence that we have, and you can look up other research papers as well. All of these show similar results. So what we find is that the Indian Muslims are mostly, like 99% of them, are of Indian local origin, whether it is Indian Muslims or Pakistani Muslims or Bangladeshi Muslims or Afghan Muslims or Sri Lankan Muslims or whoever else within the subcontinent, the Muslims are overwhelmingly of Indian ancestry. There's only a few small populations like the Dawoodi Bohras or whoever it is who have some significant contribution from West Asia. For everybody else, it's just Indian DNA, Indian origin. So the reason for this is that, see, it's very hard for a huge population to migrate thousands of kilometers. What happened during the Turkic and other invasions of India was that there was these small bands of marauders, a few thousand swordsmen, horsemen who came with in the form of armies, who conquered parts of India and then subjugated the population there, oppressed the population there, and forcibly converted them to their culture and religion. So that's how it happened. This was all usually male mediated invasions. There were very few females who would come into the as invaders, right? So it was always that sort of a thing. It's always male mediated. It's always military expansion, which means uh, soldiers, armies. So that's usually a few 10,000 people, 10, 20, 50,000, maybe 100,000 at maximum in those days. And that was just a droplet of water in the enormous population of the Indian subcontinent, and therefore it did not make any significant genetic impact in the Indian uh, genetic landscape. And that's why we find that there is very little genetic component from West Asia in India's Muslims.